Hello and welcome along to our Staying Well While Staying Home series, a collaboration between Siel, Bleu Ireland and the Irish Cancer Society. So I'm looking forward to bringing you the workout this morning. As ever, if not feeling well, not to participate on the day. Good chair that you can use. I always have my weights available, and the work we will do will be strength work combined with aerobic work also. Drink of water, might have a window open, and we will very shortly begin with the workout. Just as I'll always say with any of the movements, make sure you work through movements that feel right to you. So if anything felt uncomfortable, any pain with any movement, just to change that exercise. Morning, and we have our admin. Perfect. So I'm going to begin warming up, just setting my timer here so it's ready to go once we're warmed up. There we go. Now, we're tipping in past 10 o'clock, so let's start. Morning, Mary. Perfect. So good to see sound working, and hopefully the light's blocked okay there. I have my canvas up behind me. Let's begin warming up. So we'll just start off very simply with the shoulders. Roll the shoulders backwards. Come a little bit closer for this one. Don't want to rush this one. Just take this one nice and steady. Slowly rolling those shoulders back. Should say any issues with the stream, just let me know, and I will start a new stream should we be cut off for any reason, though hopefully not. We'll change direction now and guide the shoulders forward in circles. So we'll gradually open up with a warm-up, but just as I start, just checking in with the shoulders and just generally with the upper body here. Okay, just to bring hands to my shoulders next, we'll just begin lifting the elbows up. You can just work one side at a time if you prefer. Just lifting those elbows. And if that feels comfortable, hold the elbows up. And just beginning to open those two elbows out to the sides. Just from front to side, opening up the position. And I'll take that in once more. And back down. Now we're just going to open up that warm up. Just like to do that little check in, any kind of tightness around the chest, shoulders. But now we'll start to make everything a little bit more dynamic. So we'll just start marching. Next action, just going to bring those elbows into my sides. Tap heel in front and curl hands to shoulders. Just opening up through the arms and just guiding my heel in front at the same time. Just tap the heel and hands to shoulders. I will then relax the arms down, return to march. Okay, and for this next one, curling legs back. Directly behind. Just think heel towards bum. Just curl the legs back. And then again, I'm taking it back into a march. As I march, just want to try a rolling action, so the arms out. Pull back. Just nice and low. Pull back, draw those elbows in. Nice little squeeze. Connecting with the back of your body here. Reach in front, pull back. Now, if that feels okay, just want to reach up a little bit higher. And now I'm thinking towards the shoulders, pull back. Just draw those elbows back, nice little squeeze between shoulders. And once more. And relax the arms down. Again, next what we'll do is just open the feet side to side. Just tap side to side. And just going to combine, like raising the arm in front. Just opening the legs or tapping the feet side to side. And just raising an arm up at the same time. And return, bring it back to march. Continuing to move those arms out to the sides. And just guide those arms forward in circles. Nice steady movement. Just gently guide those forward in circles. I'll relax the arms back down. Opening them out again, but now turning the palms to face the ceiling. And then again, just guiding those arms backwards now. So a different direction. With the hands up. Just guiding those arms backwards. And down. In front of chest. We'll step side to side. So just push directly in front. Side to side. And take it back in, return to mark. What I'm going to do next is just bring a little knees. So how that look? You can see just bringing that height in now. Up. And a little arm swing in here as well. Now just time this one down. 3, 2, 1. Just take it back in. Next movement. Just want to guide or point those toes. Just stretching the leg back towards the floor. Chairs in front, so if it felt a little unbalanced, I would of course just hold on to the chair. One final action, just in preparation for some of the harder work ahead. I want you to take hold of your chair, just exploring the squat here. Any issues with the squat movement, no pressure with this warm-up movement. But just hold on to the chair, sit the hips down and back, and up. Now, I'm not worried about full depth at this point. I'm just opening up the position. You see those hips down and back, my upper body stays straight. And I just practice getting a little bit of movement, seeing how that feels before we progress into our main block of work. Once more. And return. Okay. I'm going to start us off with our main workout now, circuit comprised of strength work, a couple of movements from last week, and also some aerobic work in there. So some of the movements, like our strength work, we go a little bit more control. And then some of that aerobic work, you can work a little bit faster, a little bit more power to the movement. But I'll kind of signal everything. And I will give adaptions. The movement we worked on last week. I advise to place your chair against the wall for this movement, but just with a view to me giving the best view on camera. I have it in the middle here, but I would place the chair against the wall. Clock isn't on yet. I just want to give you the adaptions. What I want to do is elevate the left foot. I can feel the chair behind me, so it's important that you're not away from that chair. I can feel it behind me. Elevate the left foot, and I just slowly sit myself down and back into the chair. Set the foot down, back up, same again. One foot, so all that work through the right leg. If that is not a comfortable movement for you, place the left foot forward and you're just going to work up and down. So the purpose is the same, and that you're going to work that right leg harder, but you'll be much more comfortable in this way. And then strip it back further. Regular stance. If you don't like the one leg or the stance I just showed, regular up, down from the chair. Okay, so let's put the clock on and let's begin picking the movements or the adaptation that's appropriate for you. So there's plenty of choice there. Now I can feel the chair behind me. That's really important here. I will elevate the left foot and I will sit those hips down and back into the chair, reset. Really control the descent here. So really important, my chair isn't sliding away. I'm not crashing into the chair. So there's a really nice control as I lower myself down. Just slowly down, reset. Left foot out, sit the hips down, back, reset. If you don't like this variation, feels a little bit uncomfortable on the leg, simply place that left foot forward or a regular stance. So the options really important. Then I want to think about the knee. If you find the knee moving inwards, there's a lot of movement there. That might suggest this one's just a little bit tough. I want to feel work in the leg, but no discomfort around the knee. Knee in line with those toes in front. The middle of those toes, knee in line with them. And down. Okay. I'm going to switch it up. We will work from the opposite side. So now my right foot will elevate and I'll sit down through the left leg. Now one leg might be stronger than the other. So you might have to kind of vary a little bit between the two sides. So you just be mindful of that. Again, I can feel the chair. I elevate the right foot and I slowly sit down and back into that chair. Reset. Elevate the foot, down and back. Knee in line with toes, upper body straight. Just control. I don't fall back into that chair rapidly. I control all the way down. And foot up, hips down and back towards that chair. Reset. Remember, if we don't like this variation, I'll just simply rest that foot flat to the floor, up, down, or taking that right back into the regular stance. And I'll just return to the first variation. Reset those. My leg feels like it's working, it's active, there's a good muscular challenge. There's no pain or discomfort with the movement. One more time. And down. Okay. So our next movement. Get that chair out of the way. What I want to do is turn my body side on to the camera. I'm going to work through the left side of my body here. I want to tap out with my left foot and punch with the left arm. So how that looks, tap and punch, or step rather. Step out with the left foot and punch with the left arm. So movement is through the left side, and then halfway through I will swap to the right side. Keeping the knees kind of comfortable, soft. I'm not too tight and rigid. I have a nice kind of light step forward and back. Continuous movement. Step and punch. From here, we'll just change sides. You might not need to change. I'll just turn for the camera. Right foot, right arm now. Again, I just step out with the right foot and I punch with the right arm. And I don't need to lock that arm out. I'll keep a slight bend in the elbow throughout. Any issue with the punch, I can just work through the step. I'm just keeping it moving, stepping forward and punch at the same time. And return. Okay. Take hold of your weights next. Always sip water. Little break in between each movement. And of course, just keep sipping on that water. Longer break if you need. What I want to do now is take hold of my two weights. we're going to work our shoulders and also chest. And I'll show you how you can break this one down a little bit. Elbows in. First part of the movement. Lift the elbows to about shoulder height, and then I'll press the weight forward. Reverse, back down. If I find that pressing motion is difficult, I will simply work on opening elbows out to the side. But if comfortable, we'll add that nice smooth press. From the side, you can see how I avoid punching that weight out. That's something I'll always say. Comes to that chest, I don't want to really punch that weight out or go too aggressively with this movement. Just keep nice control, elbows up, nice smooth press, return. Elbows out, nice smooth press, return back in. You can see I'm just keeping that nice straight line out, back in, lower down, just taking that tension briefly away. So we'll go last couple of times. But again, break this one down. If that press is difficult, maybe just working on lifting the elbows out. Down, set the weight down. What do we have? Our alternate knee lift. Checking in. So what I want to do next, we're going to lift the knee with our arms out, bringing one arm in front. Really, I'll just show this one. Lift the left knee, right arm in front. Lift the right knee, left arm in front. So like I did last week. I think I can overcomplicate trying to explain it. I think best to just get in and show us. Just think opposite knee and arm. Lift one knee, bring the other arm in front. Arm goes from side to front. If uncomfortable in this position, you find your arms, shoulders a little bit heavy, a little bit tired, simply relax the arms and just continue that same pattern. Big lift and just moving the arm from side to front in a more relaxed position. If comfortable, you can keep those arms out. Big lift to the knee, one arm from side to front, and just think those opposite sides. Right knee, left arm, left knee, right arm. Good connection with our core on this one. Might hear that little pant as I talk. It's a good challenge, but not so challenging or not so fast that I'd need to stop or become completely breathless during the movements. Very important. Once more, and down. Gets tiring enough, that one, okay? Squat, heel raise. We want to stand behind our chair next. If you have any issue with the squat on this movement, find it very difficult, you can just work on elevation of the heels. But I'm going to combine the two aspects. So I want you to hold on to the chair, like we did at the end of our warm-up. Feet come, or knees nice and soft, so not too straight, just soften the stance a touch. Sit the hips down and back. I straight back, I stand, lift the heels. Slowly squat down, up, elevate the heels. So that nice combination. No need to rush, just break it down. Squat down, stand tall, elevate the heels. But if you prefer just to work on the squat or just to work on the heel raise, you can break this one down. They are the adaptations, just to choose one element. Just mindfully you're keeping that back straight. Note that you're not bending forward over that chair. Be a good indication. Give that nice control with the movement. Take my time. We're really just working those legs. Our thigh through the thighs and in the back of those lower legs in our calf. Once more and down. Okay, final movement in this first round of the circuit, another aerobic movement. It's going to take forward and back, so big steps forward and back. What I want to do in this first round is lead to my right, step forward with your right foot, follow with the left and back. So forward and back. I just want to turn that into a continuous motion. Leading forward and back with the right leg. left leg follows. Show you that from the side. Just want you to know I'm taking a good purposeful step. Now, this is not me just ambling forward and back. There's purpose, there's power in this movement. Big step forward, big step back. But of course, ensure that you're balanced, comfortable throughout. If I wanted, I could have that chair alongside me for a little support. Yeah, I want to hear a little bit of exertion in my voice. Know that there's power, there's challenge in the movement. Big step forward, big step back. And back in, okay? So that concludes our first round of the circuit. I'll just briefly pause that clock. Any movement there you're not comfortable with, as I'll always say, change that movement. So, if a squat movement caused pain, difficulty, change that movement, pick a different adaptation. Or if you just find the pace a little bit tough, just slow it down a little bit. If everything feels good, I'll bring us straight in to round number 2. Okay, so again, might like to place that chair against the wall. I'm going to stand that I can feel the chair behind. I will elevate the foot and sit down. I can do this by just placing one foot forward in front of the other, or I can go with a regular stance. So we have those choices. But I'll elevate the left foot, sitting down and back, slowly into the chair, reset position. So I'm working that right leg. Left foot up, down and back into the chair, reset. Again, foot out, hips down and back, reset position. Keeping that upper body straight throughout. Good challenge through that right leg. Knee in line with those toes. Slowly down. Reset. Okay, just take it a nice, controlled, not rapidly dropping into that chair. There's no movement, and that's where that chair against the wall can be really useful here. If you don't like this variation, your foot is in front of the other, or a regular stance. Again, slowly down and back. Reset. Okay, I'm going to work from the opposite side again. Note if one side maybe was a little bit stronger than the other on this one the last time. The action will now be down and back. If that's uncomfortable, place the right foot in front or regular stance. Okay, right foot out, slowly down and back, reset. Right foot out, hips down and back, reset. Challenging movement through that leg. We certainly don't want to rush this one. So this is one we just slow right down and perform and execute with lots of control. All that work through that left leg. Hips down, back, working hard through that left leg, knee in line with toes. Reset. And again, if I'm not comfortable, I place the right foot in front and just proceed up and down or into a regular stance. Just always remembering we have those variations. Might need to swap during the movement. One more time. And reset. Okay, we'll take it into our next action. That's really good work through the legs. Every single section we want to strengthen those legs always. So I'm going to turn the side on, left hand and left foot. Boxing through the left arm, stepping with the left foot. Let's begin. Punch and step. just working through the left. See the knee nice and soft. And a nice light spring to the movement. So unlike the squat previously, now we can work with a little bit more speed through the movement. Arm and leg, punch and step. About halfway through, and then I will swap sides. Just check in. Okay. We'll continue on. And we'll swap. So I'll just take my time, swap sides, right arm and right leg. Step out with the right leg and punch through that right arm. Again, through that right arm and leg. Last couple of seconds. And back in. Okay. When ready, I want you to take hold of your two weights. Okay, so grasp the weights, bring the elbows in. Just linking in with the clock here. Lift the elbows out, and then a nice smooth press. Reverse, back down. So again, elbows out, nice smooth press, back down. Now, I mentioned on the first one, I can bring those elbows to about shoulder height, but you might notice as you press, you might like to start slightly below that position. That's fine. As in, we don't need to bring those elbows really high, certainly not above shoulder height. If you find a press, bring one arm from side to front. Those arms are uncomfortable, relax the arms in, and just continue the same motion. After the first couple of reps, once you feel balanced, you're happy with the motion, we just continue in a nice here. Good lift of the knee, bringing one arm from side to front. Okay, so over halfway through the movement, if those arms, shoulders getting very heavy, just bringing the arms back in and continuing to lift those knees. And again, note that I'm working at a pace that's challenged. You might hear that little pant in my voice as I talk, but not to a point where I have to stop, where I'm breathless, unable to talk. That's really important. Challenging, yes, but not to a point where breathless, unable to talk in a full sentence. And down. Okay. Last two movements in this second round. We want to work body weight next. Take up position behind your chair. A couple of seconds rest. Squat combined with heel raises. If you find it very difficult, you might like to just work through the squat or through the heel raises. Let's begin. Hands on chair. Nice and comfortable. Open up the feet a little bit. Down, back, stand tall, elevate the heels. Squat down, stand tall, elevate the heels. Just break it down. So I think down, up, then I elevate. If you find there's a lot with this one, maybe there's a little bit too much in the movement, you might like to just work through the chair supported squat, or you might like to work just through the heel elevation. And like every movement, you can make that change, make it work best for you. Yeah, that upper body stays straight. So if you find yourself leaning over that front of the chair, maybe that's a sign we're just losing that little bit of control with the movement. So again, those hips, really important. The squat down. Once more. And in. Okay. Next movement. I'm going to go for those big steps. I want to switch it up a little bit this time, and then I want to lead now with my left leg. So big step forward with the left foot, big step back with the left foot, and the right leg will follow. So let's begin. Big step forward, big step back. So again, just notice there's a bit of purpose to the movement. I'm not just really lightly or small step. There's a bit of power, nice big step. Again, you can hear as I talk that sign that I'm working. Little exertion through the voice, that's what we want in this movement. Aerobic, just continuous movement through the lower limbs here. Forward and back. Leading through the left side. Now again, just the knees soft. I'm not too rigid in the position. Just going to nicely absorb every time I step. And we'll continue just over 10 seconds. And we'll finish it out. And one more big step forward and back in, okay? 2 rounds finished. Take a little breather, take a pause, sip of water. Again, just ask yourself if there's any movement there you don't like. For example, if that last movement you felt a little bit uncomfortable, maybe just know to slow that down a touch on the 3rd round. If everything feels comfortable, I'll bring it into the 3rd round. But just notice if you found it very tough, it's perfectly fine to just do your 2 rounds and then move into a cool down. So I'm going to take it back to the start, just to give you the adaptions again. You might like to place your chair against the wall, so there's no chance of movement. You want to make sure you can feel the chair behind you. I'll elevate the left foot and I'll sit down through my right leg. If I find that's been very difficult, I didn't like that one, just place that left foot forward and keep it flat to the ground. And we'll still work that right leg harder, more comfortable. And then, of course, we can just balance it off evenly, feet beside each other, hip width, up and down. Okay? So let's begin. Picking the variation that works best for you. Chair directly behind me. Elevate the left foot. Sit the hips down and back. Reset position. Drop the foot. Stand tall. So I just like to reset it every time. Lots of work through that right leg. Upper body stays straight. So you're not bending. Knee in line with toes. So notice if your knee is drifting in a lot, we might want to step this one back. Movement is slow, controlled. I'm not falling back into that chair. I'm controlling my descent down. So that chair isn't sliding away from me. It's not moving. Again, slowly down and back. Reset. Last couple of times, keeping that same good control. If you're getting tired, might just drop to one of the other adaptions. Last time. And reset, okay? We'll work through the left side now. So that means I'll elevate that right foot, or place the foot in front, or bring the 2 feet right back to a regular up-down. Okay? So let's set up. I can feel the chair directly behind. I'll elevate the right foot, and I'll sit those hips down and back. Reset. Elevate the foot, sit the hips down and back. Reset. Again, slowly down and back. Reset. Again, all that work through the left leg. Upper body stays straight. Not falling back into the chair, it's not sliding away. Knee in line with toes, the knee is not drifting in. not caving in. I'm strong through the position, feeling all of the work through the muscle of the leg. Last couple of times. One more time, slowly down. Reset. Now that's that one finished, 2 legs. Let's take it into our side stance next. I'm going to work through left foot stepping and punching with that left arm. About 10 seconds. So take up position, side on. Just soften the stance, nice and light. Hands up. Let's work through the left. 3, 2, 1. Step and punch. Just working through the left side. Okay, so just continue. Step out with the left foot and punch with that left arm. Movement through the left. About halfway through, I will swap sides. And just kind of nice light spring to the movement. Just kind of on the toes of the feet. Nice spring forward and back. Keeping that arm nice and light as well. Punching, but not locking that arm out fully. Just keeping a slight bend in the elbow always here. Checking out the time. Let's switch. Take your time. Right side, right foot, right arm. And just keep the movement nice and light. Little spring to movement. Right arm, right leg. Punch and step. Just working through that right side. And back in, okay? So we're going to work through our chest next and the shoulders. Take hold of the weights when you are ready. Always taking that sip of water. A couple of seconds longer if needed. But I'll move into the action. Take hold of the weights. Elbows in by my side. Lift the elbows up. Nice smooth press. Return. Elbows out. Press and return. If you find this one difficult, you might just work through lifting the elbows out. But continuing with that press if that is comfortable. From the side, just note that I'm not rushing that weight out. And notice that the weight doesn't drop. As we tire, that weight might drift down a little bit. So we want to keep control. Nice smooth press. Back in. A nice straight line forward and back. Again, just keeping that upper body straight also. So if you note that you're arching a little bit, all these little things, just keeping everything really strong through the position. One last time, elbows out. Press, return. Drop the weight down. Okay, so we're going to work on our knee lift with arm coming side to front. So again, we'll get good core activation, really good aerobic movement here. In about 10 seconds. If the arm position feels heavy, uncomfortable, bring the arms right back in. I'll go with the arms out. Left knee, right arm in front, right knee, left arm in front. And then I'll just continue. Once you feel comfortable, you're happy, you're balanced after the first couple of reps, let's continue. Nice moderate pace. Good lift to the knee, bringing your arm from side to front. And go lift to the knee, bringing arms side to front. Arms, shoulders feel a little bit heavy, a little bit tired. Drop the arms in. Just continue that movement of the knees, lifting up. Last couple of seconds. We'll just finish. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Drop those arms down. That one finished. Final 2 movements. I'm going to set up at the chair next. Doesn't matter, first or last exercise. If you need a longer break, perfectly fine to do so. Stand behind the chair. Feet just about hip width here. Soften the knees. Just going to sit the hips down and back. Squat down. Stand tall. Elevate the heels. Squat down. Stand. Elevate the heels. If you prefer just to work through the squat or just to work through the heel elevation, you can do so. I'm going to tailor the depth. Just make sure you're comfortable. Keeping that back straight. Again, just noting if you're drifting forward over the back of that chair. We're always sitting down into the movement. Up and lift. We'll just take this one nice controlled. Again, just really working those legs in 2 different areas. But certainly no need to speed through this one. Take that in one last time. And up. Okay. Final movement, a couple of seconds. Drink of water again, please. We're going to take those big steps forward and back. So we've led with the right leg. We've led with the left leg. Let's just add a little bit of challenge. I'm going to switch alternate leg each time. So I'll lead forward and back with the right leg, then forward and back with the left leg. If you find that's a bit confusing, don't worry about it. Just lead with the one leg. Well, let's begin. I'll go with the right foot forward and back. Then to the left. I'm just switching leg each time. So again, it's absolutely no pressure if you find that just gets a little bit too tricky. I'm sure I will not get this perfect. We're just leading forward and back. You can see it just takes a lot of concentration. Big step forward and back. Alternately lead leg each time. Again, a little power to the movement and a nice moderate pace. You hear a little bit of exertion in my voice, so I want this challenge. Now we'll just continue. We'll lead through each leg once more, right and left. And back in, okay? So that concludes 3 rounds. What I want to do is take a sip of water actually first. We'll start marching out lightly on the spot. If you need a drink of water. Perfect time. Just start to walk out. In a very active 3 rounds of work there. Just continue to lightly move the feet. Just doing a little recap. So some of the work, we worked our one leg squat variation today, building strength in that leg. That's something we want in each and every session, working those legs, whichever variation you picked. We had our squat with heel raise combination. So again, working those legs, working the calf, back of those lower legs. We had an upper body movement today and felt a little connection around the shoulders and also the chest, so that upper body work. Then our aerobic movement. So for example, when we, that last movement, the stepping forward and back, our knee lifts, we've had other areas involved there, like balance, core, coordination, with a mix of strength and aerobic work there overall. So let's take a couple of light movements, just with a view to relaxing the body down. Just want to tap those feet to the sides. And back in. We'll take a couple of stretches here as well, but just a couple of movements, just signaling to our body that we're bringing it back to rest. Just stretch the feet back, lightly pointing toes to the floor, using chair if I like. And just take it back in, just slightly moving those feet still. And just guide the heels in front. Now, just with the arms free by your side, just going to pause that movement. Just want to rotate to the left and rotate to the right. Just think that nice stretch through the upper body, nice stretch through the back. Rotate one side to the next. Just taking those hands up. I'm going to stretch those arms out in front fully. Hold, might get a nice stretch around the upper back, and then I'll pull back. And straighten the arms out. Hold for a couple of seconds. Pull back. Straighten out in front. Pull back. Again, just straighten out. Pull back. And one more time. Okay. From there, just going to keep those elbows up and just guide a little bit of movement through those shoulders. So just using the elbows just to help generate a little bit of movement. Just guiding those shoulders backwards. Nice big circles. And then I can just take it forward. And again, just a little bit of help. Those arms, elbows, just to generate a little bit of extra movement here. Okay. Bringing the arms across chest. Open up nice and wide. And then return back in. Open up nice and wide. And back in. And let's take that in once more. And down. Okay. Now, just going back to those shoulders once more. Just going to roll them back. Just check in there. Thanks very much, Mary. And again, any feedback is ever, let me know. If I'm pushing a little bit hard, a little bit too easy, anything is ever, let me know. As I always say, if ideally to work out a little bit on the harder side rather than on the easier side, and what we're looking for here. But enjoy that walk. Little bit dull where I am here today, but hopefully glad to hear it's sunny somewhere and enjoy that walk. Looking to get out myself later on today. I'm just going to take it in a stretch of the legs. I did mention we worked those legs quite tough today, so I'll take one more stretch here. Curl the right leg back, grab hold of that foot, stretch the leg back. And you'll always hear me saying this one, if I have to do this without the foot grab, that's absolutely fine. Bring the left leg back, take hold of the foot if comfortable, and pull back. Reset. Right leg back, take hold, gently stretch that leg back. Stretching the front, that thigh, work this area of the leg very hard during the session. Left leg, take hold of the foot, stretch that leg back, hold for a couple of seconds, and down. Now let's take that in one last time. Right leg, take hold, stretch the leg back, stretching out front of the leg, and down, and then finally to left. Now hold, stretch back, stretching that leg, and down. Okay. Just finish off some light breathing. Just going to open those arms, inhale, slowly exhale. Relaxing arms down. Inhale. Slowly exhale. once more. Okay, that concludes our workout today. A collaboration between the Irish Cancer Society and Siel Bleu Ireland. So we'll be back next Wednesday. One of my colleagues actually filling in next Wednesday. We're back same time Wednesday at 10 o'clock. So have a great week and thanks very much. Hopefully feeling good after the workout. Enjoy the walk, Mary.